We're back 100,
Short here with
3
third
seconds
down now
left,
looming. These two
and 1
teams
second,
all tied
and
after
expired.
one.
That will be the end of the first quarter. Tie game. Here, Bears, Arizona Cardinals. What a game this has been. And it's just the end of the first quarter.
Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
See what they can do.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the gun, here's Swift. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 211 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
Oh, that longest yard.
The Bears on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing is Williams. Eluding the pressure right. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Caleb Williams. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Bears have moved out in front.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with it. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Now the point after try for Santos. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A 10-play drive that time. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cardinals offense and Kyler Murray headed back out onto the field. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And things have changed since the last time they had it. The safety led to the touchdown, so now they find themselves behind as they begin with a 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll fake it to counter. Now Murray. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. To throw is Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. Close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They're going for it. Hits Murray. Work in the middle of the field.
Fuck out the way.
Working across midfield inside the 45.
There goes. Boy! Sit your ass down. Boy! Some Cocoa Puffs, nigga. That's some Cocoa Puffs, nigga.
So into Bear
Fourth
territory
dimensions.
now. This is first
Got the
and
first
10
down.
at the 43.
Harris Jr., Marvin. Got the
Here's
catch.
Murray as
Got
he
the
sets
first
to throw
down.
it. And that one drops down,
Dropped it.
incomplete.
You got a star
Coverage
under
there
your
flips
name.
the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one,
pass.
closed quickly,
I
and avoids the incompletion.
An
Yeah, I got-
incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Connor up the middle.
Oh, he's on his feet.
Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. On play action, it's Murray.
Oh.
That is incomplete.
I think
He
it's
didn't
good.
have a chance to scan the field there. It felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection
That's
was
close.
that good.
Could've been good.
Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as
Hold
they
on.
say, fire away
Get this
from
field
long
goal.
distance.
Is it?
And that is no good. And
Yes.
this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon,
make that
anything beyond 50, you
yes.
start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go
Make
down
that.
dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Bears offense and Caleb Williams set to go to work once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have a meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 27. Here's Swift. B.J. Ojolari able to make the stop.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Running is Swift. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 230 yards for him on the ground, as this has been a night to remember to this point.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And it's caught. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal. They'll run with Swift.
Damn.
I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Cardinals offense and their veteran running back James Conner ready for this next possession. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fit.
There he goes, right. There he goes again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Extra point good by Prater, and the lead is down to a field goal. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bears offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. There are none two plays that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Williams.
Damn.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been excellent, 6 for 7. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. To the air, Williams, flushed out right. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Murray giving to Connor on the option. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. There'll be some contact going on.
3rd down and 1. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And just nowhere to go for Connor. Defense gets to him, and they mark him short. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Scott to return it. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Bears take over. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now 2nd and 3. That one to Swain, complete. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets him a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Swift going to try up the middle, and they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box, we'll be sending you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. Complete. This is Lewis. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Williams. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here now, 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bilal Nichols in there to take him down. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Williams. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart and not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Williams. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
The Bears got a solid first half out of their quarterback, the #1 overall pick back in 2024, Caleb Williams. He had a half for the ages, touchdown pass and a touchdown pass. He threw a month's worth of touchdowns in just those first 2 quarters of play.
The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
Here's Murray. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. That's complete to McBride, and he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. From the 20, here's the 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Murray going to throw. Touchdown, Cardinals. Trey McBride. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals are an extra point away now from moving out in front.
Well, after another passing touchdown, I don't think it'd be an understatement to say that he's in the zone, and I believe he likes it.
Prater on to add the extra point. And the conditions miserable for a kicker and a holder, but this one's good, and with it, they take the lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent is still the same in what they plan to do on offense. I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kaiser White, the former safety, gets the sack.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They will run straight ahead with Swift. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
3rd down and 13. Back to throw. Williams. And that's complete to Swain. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals offense and Marvin Harrison Jr. headed onto the field. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Murray a give. This is Connor. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking downfield for Jones. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Jalen Johnson that time able to knock it away.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 18. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 8.
Operating from the gun, Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
They'll go play action here with Williams.
Sliding out of the pocket. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that 1st down run.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
12 more yards there and another 1st down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Rome Odunze. 9-yard touchdown grab, and the Bears have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Yet another trip to the end zone, and that last one, a bit of history. He has now broken the NFL record for most receiving touchdowns in a single game. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2.
The 2 points is early.
Williams going to throw for it. Escaping, and he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. Tried to roll out and make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there is really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend a play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes Zay Jones with the rest of his offense as they take the field. A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot.
For
the receivers,
absolutely,
who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in the route or they get open early.
Slow start for Arizona during this 3rd quarter.
That type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible.
This Bears defense is something else.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9
not right
yards on
2nd and 1 though.
Partner just a second earlier.
They might get the 1st down.
They certainly thought they were going to close in and drop it behind the line.
John Edmonds, watch out.
Just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Inside 4 minutes to go.
Those guys,
3rd quarter.
they're ready to go.
A give running right is counter. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
Nowhere to go from Connor.
That was an example of excellent defense there. They stuffed him. So now he brings
that
a 3rd down situation. If I'm calling plays here, I make sure I put in the hands of my quarterback and get it to a receiver real fast. I'm not running the ball here.
What's down?
And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
This time they got it.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running.
There's
So here's a
Arizona.
1st and 10 at the 38.
Again, because it's been a classic here tonight. Classic.
Here's Murray.
Until Monday or Tuesday. Oh, what a catch!
Here is Jones. And he'll have it
Jones! John, what a catch with a 1st down! How the hell he caught that? Nigga got sandwich. He was like, damn, about that.
Is that came against double coverage. He gashed it with that reception, even with the extra focus that he drew from the defense.
So in the Bear territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
We like the big time.
Now Murray.
The catch.
He's got McBride here in the middle. And he's going to be down at the 35.
Yeah, he hurt. Trying us up. Cowboys and Steelers. Black Friday Night Football.
Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On Thanksgiving.
2nd down and 3.
But we're gonna have Eagles and Bills on Friday Night Football.
To throw, it's
Probably.
Murray.
Probably not.
Over the middle, complete. That's Jones.
Probably not, man.
And he's going to have another
Okay,
first
we got
down
Eagles,
as the
Bills,
tackle's
don't we?
made here at the Bears 19.
We can't do Cowboys and Steelers on
That one good for
Thanksgiving.
16, and the
On
drive will
Thanksgiving.
continue.
And this was a nice example
Thanksgiving
of an
game that we could do it on Black Friday. Could do that game.
Route, just trying to free up
We
some
already
space,
got Cowboys and
it worked
Ravens
awfully
on that game.
Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
That's to the right side. He's got Ryman. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Big ass Joe Burrow.
Here's 2nd and 3. They run behind center with Connor.
We got it.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
For the guys playing defense, this has been a really long drive, and physically, that's awfully taxing. But I think the hardest part is mentally. What do you do?
Murray now to throw.
Got it! Touchdown!
Touchdown!
Arizona! Dive for that son bitch! Dive for that touchdown! And Arizona's back in the lead!
The final minute of the 3rd quarter. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play.
Got no worries! 2-point conversions is good! 122-119!
3-point lead versus a
2-point game!
They got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Defense, huh? Y'all got the best defense? Hell no! I got the damn 2-point conversion in Chicago. Alright, get that goofy shit on there. 44 seconds left here in this 3rd quarter. Caleb Williams, Colin Murray. Bears, Cardinals. What a game. Back and forth. Back-to-back sacks, back-to-back touchdowns, back-to-back great plays, throws, passes, runs, and defense. We still got more football to go. Let's get it. For Thanksgiving, they've got Chiefs and Bills. Bills and Chiefs on Thanksgiving night. Steelers Packers on Thanksgiving night.
Swift headed back onto the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense.
Bills, Bills,
That's probably what they're
Bills.
saying, but nothing that they have done.
See what they can do against the Chiefs. What's going to happen on Thanksgiving night? Cowboys and Ravens. It's going to be a whole lot of great games on Thanksgiving night that you don't want to miss at all on Thanksgiving night.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That felt like a trap, because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking to
Rams and Lions. Oh, Caleb, what you got it?
The man is Komet, the tight end. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
I have Bills and Lions on Friday Night Football, Black Friday Night Football. It was going to be, I think, on Christmas. Bills and Lions.
You're watching the NFL on
not
EA
sure.
Sports.
I'm not sure. Yeah, the first down. And in the 3rd quarter, 3-point game, 122-119.
Back now at Soldier
Classic.
Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now a give right side Swift. And a good
That's the
run
one.
here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around.
Got it.
First and 10. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift.
Oh.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him 3 on first down.
Get that one, get the red zone.
7.
Well, praise
Get
has
it
to go
down,
to the
go
guys
for
on the
field goal,
offensive
for a
line because
touchdown.
they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
To throw, it's Williams.
26.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Santos' kick is up and through. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Out comes Zay Jones with the rest of his offense as they take the field. They have to like what they've gotten from him in this game.
Think about the accumulation of catches.
8.
The yards per catch now, because you're getting more than a first down
Okay.
every time he's touching the ball. This is the
122,
kind of game you
122, 10
want
minutes.
when you're able to throw it
10
out
minutes and
wide.
41 seconds left in this ball game in this fourth quarter.
Murray and the Cardinals with a first and 10 at the 33-yard line. He'll start the drive with a give to Connor. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
I would think as a play caller, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
From the gun on third down, Murray. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is going to have the Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That was a really nice job there, stretching zone coverage by running that route deep enough before breaking it back towards the sideline and being open.
And a precise throw for the reception in the first. On 1st and 10 is counter. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8. Murray now. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Montez Sweat able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Even the most elusive quarterbacks have those tough days where they can't avoid sacks, and this is one of them. 3rd time he's gone down. He might develop some happy feet now, want to escape the pocket and try and gain more yardage with his legs.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now.
Yeah, there's defense.
As he'll come on to kick this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. This offense and their running back
75 rushing
onto the
yards.
field. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout.
When they get him, they'll keep him the ball. They get more rushing yards.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
To throw, Williams. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Zaven Collins, his 2nd sack of the night. I think a lot of time when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback, but here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race. They're off, and guess what? The quarterback's down.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Throwing is Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here's Williams. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Cardinals. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They start with a give to Connor. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Murray. Got his man, it's Dortch. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Continue to be